Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Fantastic. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Gemini, December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Read. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading. Fantastic. One bonus card. All right. Let me just move this back just a little bit for you guys. Wonderful. Okay, let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Gemini, December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Gemini, December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Gemini, December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Fantastic. So we're starting with holistic health, which is at the root chakra. Communication, the throat chakra. And balance, once again, the root chakra coming into play. And we're going to see how these correlate with what the tarot has to say. The left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. And you have your bonus card. Oh, we have the 10 of Cups. I love that. We have Charity, which is the bonus card in this deck. The magical Nordic Tarot. It's this deck. You have the 7 of Swords, and you have the 3 of Pentacles. You have the Moon, which is a Pisces energy, time frame February 19th to March 20th. The King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Magician, fantastic. The Six of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords. The World, that's a very, very interesting combination. Such almost polar opposites at time. The Three of Wands, again, in conflict with the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Wands, which you are crowned and rooted in the number 8. You're taking this time astoundingly seriously. For you, it is a time of prosperity to really move forward in the magic of your heart, your soul, and yourself. And there's something here in the public arena, like the doors are opening to you, but there's something here that's holding you back. And it's like, no, I just can't. And it's here. The mind at times is almost robbing you from a kingdom. And that is very powerful, to turn inward and to see what it is that you are afraid of, what it is that holds you back, because there's happiness here that just comes into your life. And, the 10 of Cups is, and they all live happily ever after. It's beauty and it's brilliance and it's joy and it's happiness. And so that is crowning you. And then we have Strength here, which is, in this deck, it is number 11. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's the number 8. But here, this is a Leo energy. This is calling on personal strength to move you forward. And let's see how all of this correlates to your chakra cards. So we have holistic health, communication, and balance. We first start with the root chakra of holistic health. This is moving you forward in a holistic way, in a way of being genuinely, positively, and powerfully yourself, moving you forward in bounty and in brilliance and in joy. So here the holistic self is saying, get back to your roots, get back to what it is that your heart desires, what it is that your soul needs. And as you open up this door to you, to come to your roots, to come to this place where you're listening to yourself, body, mind, and spirit, you're opening up the door to be authentically and holistically you. As you move forward, it's an empowerment, and it's also a beauty coming forward. But there's also a sense here of really listening to your body, listening to the foods that you put into it, the drinks that you put into it, the kind of exercise that your body needs, or the movement, the healing that your body needs in order for you to be empowered and to move forward. It's really embracing that grace, and it's moving forward in that almost magical sense of being beautifully, powerfully, and purposefully you. And then we have communication. Now, Gemini, you are the master of communication. So here it's communicating on multifaceted different levels of truth, of understanding, and of yourself. So here you're communicating in a very deep and honest way, not only with yourself at this time, but with everybody else. And you're also picking up on a lot of what isn't being said. But you have to be very mindful of this time, because even though you're communicating in a brilliant way, you'll have a tendency to kind of read too much into it, take it in on yourself. And why the cards are warning against this is because you have such beauty and prosperity around you that the cards, that spirit is saying, take this power, move forward with it. That if you start, ripping apart conversations, if you start, sitting there and questioning everything and putting things all like, oh my gosh, it's my fault, I can't believe you didn't do this, or I can't believe, they meant to say it like that. Don't overanalyze it. Just sit there and say, okay, that's cool, that's your ideas, but these are mine. And I have a right to really move forward in the validation of myself, in the power of me, and not to be caught up in my own head, and also not be caught up in people-pleasing everybody. That's one of the life lessons of Gemini, to sit there and say, this is my truth, and I walk forward in my truth. And it's a powerful one, because as a Gemini, you're going to want to sit there and say, well, I just want to make everybody happy. That's why you have the Lovers as your major arcana card. It's like, I just want to bring that love, that passion, that power, that brilliance forward. And at times it's like, no, I need to bring it forward for me and look at my truth and my understanding. And as this happens, you then come to balance. The root chakra comes into play again. And you're moving forward in the sacred masculine, the sacred feminine, energy of being and of self. And as you do so, you are moving forward in the empowerment. Now, in your heart, you have the King of Pentacles. So the sacred masculine for you is going to be a little bit easier to tap into during this time. Now, this means that people definitely take note of you. There is a sense of them, seeing your prosperity, seeing the power of the way that you're moving forward, the bearing for which you hold yourself with. And that opens up the world to you. There's also a charity with yourself, because this has been a long road to be able to, take this crown and say, this is my crown, this is my prosperity, this is my truth. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't make me millions. It doesn't matter if everybody doesn't know my name. What matters is that I live the most meaningful, powerful, and brilliant life for me. And that's the power that you are crowning yourself with, within your heart, within your soul, within yourself. And you start off here. Ooh, goodness. Now I'm jumping ahead. Let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. There we go. Gemini. Who will be aiding Gemini December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini? Who will be aiding Gemini December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini? Who will be aiding Gemini December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini? Now remember, this doesn't have to be necessarily the sign. Spirit is saying just make sure that you know this. This can be a person that really embodies this energy, this way of being. So angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. These three. So we start off here with the Prince of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is somebody, and you have a very strong link during this time to a Pisces energy. This is somebody who moves forward in the depth of their emotions. Now, again, it doesn't mean that you have to know that their sign is a water sign energy. It is a sense that you know that they are moving forward in love, in honor, in respect, slowly and steadily, building a powerful and brilliant foundation for themselves. And that really pulls you in. It's like, oh, wow. Well, if this worked for them, and it's not going to work the same exact way for you, but it's like, okay, if this worked for them, or then, like, let me look at this and how can I incorporate it for me? How can I be empowered as I myself am moving forward? Where is it that I want to stand? And it's a depth of love that is really drawing you in. And then you have the Scorpio energy of the Death card. This is October 23rd to November 21st. And this is a person who sees the grays of things. This is a person with like a wickedly dark sense of humor. You might sit there and they might say something and you kind of had them in this box, this way of being. And then they say something and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe that's the way that you're looking at things. And it opens up a new world. It's kind of like, not a new world, but a deeper understanding, a deeper connection, a deeper meaning forward. And as you embrace this, and these do not have to be people that you know, but these are people that, or through any form of media, they open up something more to you. And here, Gemini, the Scorpio energy, is going to be really quite enticing to you. That sense of walking between two worlds, that sense of not really caring what others think at times, and gathering up information and gathering up the knowledge and seeing how you use that emotionally to move forward. And then we have the Lord, which is Aries energy, time frame March 21st to April 19th. This is a person who knows what they are ruling, okay? Knows that they have claimed the throne. They are moving themselves forward, and this is what they're doing in their lives. And whether people understand it, whether people respect it, that's not their problem. Their issue is to be able to move forward in their existence, in their power, and in their understanding with absolute force and certainty of self. And the force here, it's not brute force strength. It is the force of conviction, is the force of understanding, and that's going to be sexy to you during this time, Gemini. It's just the confidence, the sense of this is the way that I am living my life and this is my truth. And that's going to be something that you are going to emulate within yourself during this time. And it can be a little bit hard because, again, you have that sense of being, you know how Geminis are usually defined as butterflies flitzing from one flower to the other, gathering up information and never really quite settling anywhere. I myself am a Gemini, so I would always read about Geminis. And I always found that a little bit offensive, but also a little bit true. And here, it is that sense of, yes, you still have your butterfly nature. You still have that beauty that you bring into the world. But there is a sense here of seeing where you stand. It's like seeing what it is that you desire and really embracing that truth. And this is the person that really either brings out in you, this is my truth, this is my power, or helps you in some way, helps you to realize this. Because during this time, it's so beautiful because you're crowned with joyfulness. It's like you are crowned with this sense of, this is what I desire from my life. This is the way that I'm moving forward. This is what I long for. This is my happiness. This is my joy. And this is my success. You are intimately aware of your emotions, of the way that you want to move forward in your life. And this can also make you, and we can see this here within the cards, intimately aware of the frustrations that you have, the fears that have held you back, the doubts, because you start here with the opening up of possibilities, the end of an emotional cycle, which for a lot of Geminis, it's going to be like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I get to move forward. Thank goodness I get to claim the life that I want or have the happiness that I desire. Because when we spell out our happiness, we say, oh, I want, to be happy. What does that mean? That's very gray. There's a lot of ways to interpret that. Oh, I want to be loved. But what does that mean? When we say what makes us happy or what brings us forward in joyfulness, okay, crowns us in joyfulness, we have to get specific, because if we're not specific, we will fall into thinking what everybody else wants and desires is what we should want and desire. And there's really a sense here of looking at your individuality and being charitable to yourself and moving forward in that generosity of spirit. Because right here, and this is, of course, the extra card in the deck, right here, I see this, and it's just coming through as a horse of being able to move forward, but it's also coming through as a cup and being able to be filled with knowledge. So there's a sense of movement here, and the horse, of course, links us again to freedom, sexual expression, creation energy, but also to the sacred masculine once again. And you're going to find that the charity that you need to have for yourself is to embrace this power that you might think, it's a bit rude. It's a bit rude, it's a bit forceful, and you are going to see, or it can feel a bit stifling. It's like, oh my gosh, well, if I move forward this way, it's kind of like building a house. If I build this house, then I can't just pick up the house and move it. It's going to be set on this land. And so here, it's like, am I sure? And this is being charitable with your heart. It's like having an understanding of your soul, your heart, your desire, your emotional state forward. Because what you're doing here is you're taking up all your knowledge. You're taking up all your understanding. You're leaving some things behind. And you are moving forward. You are moving forward. And some people will sit there and say, oh, well, you're not taking care of me, or you seem to be being sneaky. And this talks about betrayal. So the Seven of Swords, when you're taking up your knowledge and saying, you know what, where I stand, it's not where I want to be. You can feel betrayed by the people around you, betrayed by the emotions around you, betrayed by life in general. You take up your information, you take up your knowledge, and you move forward. This is also looking at your mind. It's like, where is it that I want to be? What is it that I desire? Because in a sense, at times you can feel betrayed with the prosperity that your heart knows that you deserve. Now, you can argue and sit there and say, everybody expects themselves to be prosperous. But there's different ways that we expect ourselves to be prosperous. The idea that everybody can be a millionaire, okay? I would love that to be the truth. But if we sit there and say that is the truth for every single person, there will be disappointments, okay? Here, there's a looking at what you desire. And at times, you have felt betrayed because you were made to see the gifts that you have, not as gifts, but as curses. Not as an empowerment, but as something you should apologize for. And here, as you take up your knowledge, as you take up your wisdom, and as you move yourself forward, you're seeing yourself leave behind the doubts, the fears, the angers, the upsets that plague you when you look at yourself as being as powerful as the King of Pentacles, of seeing unbeknownst interconnectedness to prosperity, to the empowerment of soul, to the beauty of yourself. And as you move forward in this power, okay? And as people might even well call you out, like, why are you betraying us? Why aren't you moving forward with us the way that I thought you should? This is still upholding your responsibilities. I am a firm believer in responsibilities and in doing the right thing. But this is also looking at where you need to be mentally and personally for yourself and saying, this is the guiding force for me to move forward into my greatness and into my bounty by taking up my knowledge and leaving behind the lies that I once thought was the truth. And as you leave behind the lies that you once thought were truths, you see yourself being emboldened. You see yourself being embraced by your bounty and by your understanding. And it leads you to the Three of Pentacles, which is recognition. Recognition of the blessings that shine down on you. Recognition of the hard work that you've put in. Others will try and take credit for it. Why? Because people always do. People see a good thing and they're like, oh, I'm going to get on that gravy train, right? And instead of sitting there and having other people take credit for your hard work and your dedication, or even thinking that that matters, you sit and you look at what you desire, at what you want, and what you need. And as you embrace your truth, as you embrace your heart, your soul, and yourself, you are empowered to your greatness. It's like you can say whatever it is that you want to say. I know where I stand, and I know the bounty that crowns and emboldens me forward. And as that light guides you and grounds you, as this creative energy is a part of you, and as you recognize yourself for everything that you have done and everything that you have been through, it brings you to the moon and to seeing the illusions that shadow and that keep us in our doubts, our fears, and our anger. Because you're crowned with blessing starting off, and then illusions, and here, what does it say for the Eight of Swords? And restrictions, the sense of being too much in your own mind and the shadows getting in the way. So it's like the world can be yours. Prosperity, beauty, bounty, serenity of soul and self, and beauty moving forward. This enjoyment, this being in the moment and embracing bliss can be yours if we see the illusions for what they truly are. They're the fight or flight emotion coming forward, They're the understanding of ourselves. This is a sense of, I can conquer everything. And this is true for all human beings. You can conquer anything as long as fear isn't what's defining you. So here, with the moon, what we are looking at is we're looking at the reflected light of the sun. And at times we're looking at, with the new moon, when the light isn't reflected at all. And so here, as we are moving forward, there's fear within the shadows. And there always has been. Because we as human beings are apex sight hunters. And as, the greatest sight hunters, well, the second greatest, we're second only to birds of prey. We like to be able to see things clearly. We don't like the shadows. And that's why people say, oh, nothing good happens at night, stuff like that. And it's like, no, beautiful things can happen at night and do happen at night. But it's when it's when like the darker nature isn't unleashed. It's that shadowed self. And we look at the shadowed self and we say, oh no, that's not fit for human consumption. But it's realizing that all people can be horrible. No matter how great, no matter how kind you are, there is this potential in all of humanity for great, great, great despair. But there's also this potential for beautiful and just breathtaking beauty. And the moon shows us this. It shows us the reflection of the sun. It takes the world and quiets it, okay? And gives us an introspective time to look at our power, to look at our understanding, to look at our beauty of soul and of self as we move forward. And as we embrace this, the moon shows us what we have feared, the shadows that we thought were monsters, the fight or flight, the shadowed self and the tamed self. And remember, too much of either one, complete darkness, takes away our ability to see, but so does complete light. So here, it is looking at things, and it is saying, how do I move forward, seeing my truth, and being able to call out the illusions from the truth that I am creating, and from the power that is inside of me. And that's a powerful place to be able to be. And it's also looking at the serenity within our souls, being able to be quiet, being able to connect with our hearts, our souls, and ourselves. And it's that power, it's that confidence, it's that understanding of beauty and redefining our fears. Because fears are a good thing. They are what kept our ancestors alive. And we sit there and we have the fight or flight, reaction to things, and we have our fears that hold us back and that make us question. And at times we think, oh, I just have to conquer my fears. I can't be afraid of anything. But what we need to do is we need to look at our fears with honor and respect and humility of soul and of self and say, I see you. And maybe get into a conversation with our subconscious self as to why are we afraid. Visualize for a moment, just sitting underneath the moon. You could have a dog and a wolf on either side of you, the tamed side of the human psyche and the wild side of the human psyche. You have the fire, the light, symbolizing the moon above, and symbolizing the warmth and the beauty of this earth and of our souls and of ourselves. And have those subconscious parts of you. And if you need to pause, the video to do this, do so. And having those subconscious parts of you that are afraid, that are overwhelmed, that sit there and think, this isn't what I expected, this isn't what I wanted from life, coming forward. And then to see where you stand now, why it is that that fear was holding you back. Because you have the way of kings around you. This is prosperity. This is power. This is mentor. This is looking at how life has mentored you to be able to be the most prosperous, bountiful, and brilliant you. Okay? The King of Pentacles is just amazing. It connects us with the earth sign energy, but it also connects us with the earth and our rooted self. It connects us with our power and our grace and our understanding and our truth. And it connects us to the seeds that we want to plant and the seeds that we are planting and the garden that we are growing for ourselves and for what we desire in life. And it's showing us the interconnectedness of the world, the interconnectedness of what we are reaching for and where we are striving to be. And it brings us to the magician. The magician is mastery. Mastery over the elements, mastery over what we are embracing on this earthly plane. And during this time, Gemini, you're deeply connected to the earthly plane. You're deeply connected to what you desire and where you want to be and how you want to walk forward. You're looking at things openly and honestly. You might find yourself calling yourself out on a lot of things. You're doing a lot of work here to look at the fears that have held you back and say, no, I want my happily ever after as that pertains to me. It may not be Hollywood happily ever after, but that is fine. That it's fine. There's magic around you. This is again connecting you with that sacred masculine energy. This is again leading you forward to your bounty, to your brilliance, to your prosperity, to your soul, and to yourself. Looking at the elemental power of passion, of that fire that warms us, that cooks our food, that keeps the earth, livable with the core of the earth, and that, shines down on us with the sun. Too much fire, it burns everything up. Too little fire, it's too cold. So we're finding that balance of passion within ourselves. Then we have the water. The water is within us. It is the river that is our blood. Okay, it is the water that hydrates us, that moves us forward within this life, that has us crying and laughing in joy and, crying then also in sorrow. It is the healing power of our soul. We have the soul around us too. We have the sword, the power of the mind, the weapon that we learn to hone and to use. And each blade, each person's mind is honed differently, sharpened and skilled, taking years of lessons and dedication. Being able to think and being able to use your mind well is a skill. And then we have the pentacles, the earth itself, that supports our feet, that grows our food, that nurtures us, and that holds us. And here you stand before the altar of your existence, the altar of your creation, and you look at every single aspect of you and how it relates to to the world the greater scheme of what you desire from life and where it is that you want to be. And you embrace your grace. And you embrace your power. And people see during this time power within your heart. The true question here is, will you be able to see it? Because you have yourself having this kingly energy, this magician energy, calling forward confidence and power within you. But we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles is things being off balance. It's saying things need to be harmonized, things need to be balanced in order for you to move forward. And if they are not balanced, you will not feel as if you are living your life properly. You will always feel like you are out of sorts, okay? People can't always have their hand out, wanting and wanting and wanting and wanting and wanting, because you can't give. You can't simply always be giving and never be getting anything in return. This is a need to balance the scales. This is a need to see your truth. And as you do so, as you balance the scales, as you say, listen, I need things harmonized within my heart. Now, Gemini, you're going to think the more I give, the better it is. The more you give, the more they expect. The more you give, the more they expect. The more you give, again, the more they expect. And it becomes overwhelming. And then it makes you feel as if no matter what, you're always going to fail. But the fact of the matter is, you're not. You just need the boundaries and the balance and to see the gifts. Okay? It says here, gifts with the Six of Pentacles. To see the gifts of time and of effort that are put into everything. And as you do so, you look at your mind, the restrictions, the things that have held you back, the way that you feel no matter what you do in the public arena. It's like there's always going to be a cage. There's always going to be a wall that you hit that makes you not able to move forward the way that you need to move forward, the way that your soul calls to move forward. And so the Eight of Swords, it's us feeling trapped, it's us feeling overwhelmed, but it's also us looking and saying, where is it that I need to be? What is it that I desire? And who is it that I am? Do I get to have the doubts, the fears, the angers, the upsets, the upheavals? Does that get to define me? Or do I take off the blindfold? Do I see that I am not trapped in a cage of never-ending doubt, fear, anger, and anguish? And that I get to move forward in a power and a purpose for me, for what I desire, and for where I want to be. You have been caged, Gemini. Caged within your own mind, fears, doubts, rethinking and replaying negative words that were spoken over you time and time again. And you break that cage. And as you break that cage, the world opens to you. This is motivation. It's seeing doors that were once locked or that you didn't even know were barred start to open. It's seeing passion and power and brilliance guide you forward. It's looking at your strength, your individual strength, and seeing how you fit within this world. And that is a lifelong journey. We are constantly evolving as individuals, as human beings. And where we stand today may not necessarily be where we want to stand tomorrow. But this is looking at what we desire, at what we need within our world, within our life, and saying, I am no longer afraid to move myself forward. I am no longer afraid of what the world has to offer. I am embracing grace and passion and power and beauty and brilliance, and I am opening up that door. And as I open up that door, freedom is yours. New horizons stand before you. There is a sense of being able to move forward more passionately, more powerfully towards what it is that you desire and where it is that you want to be. You start seeing your ships come in. They don't have to be big ships, not at all. They can be very small ships. But they're powerful and they're brilliant and they're yours. It's small successes. We like, as human beings, we like our successes to be loud and to be proud and for the neighbors to be able to see it and everybody gets jealous. Success doesn't have to be like that. Success can be very small, but very blissful. It's sitting and enjoying the laughter of a child, you know? It is reading a really good book or watching a really good movie. It is the little things. And then seeing how it impacts you. It's like, wow, now that I laughed, now that I played, now that I just had fun, within my life, within myself. I can go and do what I need to do more honestly, more openly. Prosperity comes to me more easily. And the gifts of prosperity that divinity brings us are not always money gifts. They're not always, promotion gifts. They are gifts of, you'll not get a moment like this ever again. They're gifts of brilliance and beauty and honor and understanding. And they're powerful. And they move us forward in the world with a determination and brilliance of self. And it brings you to the Eight of Wands. Communication, yes, but also things moving more quickly than you had imagined. Passion and fire and determination leading you forward to where you want to be. It's like ready or not, here it comes. Here it comes. Divinity is bringing it. Talk with divinity. Talk with your angels. Talk with your spirit guides as you move forward in your strength, in your passion, in your power, in your courage. Because your courage during this time, Gemini, is not brute force strength. It's not the strength that we sit there and we, marvel over on this earthly plane. It's not how ripped your muscles are or how, lean you can possibly be and how tough you are. It is the strength of the heart. And it is how you see those little old women, those little old men be astoundingly strong. Stand in their conviction and in their determination. I think of my grandparents and I think, wow, to this day, I don't know if I've met stronger people, but it was not their physical strength that I remember at all. It was their strength of their character, the strength of their heart. And that is the strength that we should look to emulate within our world. Not the I'm bigger than you and I can beat you up and I can be a bully sort of strength. You'll do what I want you to do because, I'm going to either, bully you online or, verbally bully you or, physically bully you. It's the strength of kindness, of understanding, of knowing your worth and standing in it. And that's what you're doing here. And that's going to be so powerful for you, Gemini. Let's go deeper. Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Excuse me. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Now let's see the people who you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Gemini needs to be mindful of? December 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Who are the people that Gemini needs to be mindful of? December 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Who are the people that Gemini needs to be mindful of? December 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. We have here the Taurus Energy. Okay, the Hierophant. April 20th to May 20th is the time frame. This is somebody who's just astoundingly stubborn. It's like it's either my way or it's the highway. And during this time, you don't want to be told what to do. You don't want to be told what to think and how to think it and how you stand. It's like, I need to embrace my truth and I will not be pushed around. And this Taurus energy is kind of like, no, this is the way. And they could be moving forward with the best of intentions. The people to be mindful of aren't necessarily going to be brutes and bullies about it all. But there is a sense here of looking at things and saying, no, I need to move forward in my truth and in my understanding and in what I desire. And as that opens up to you, you're going to see like, oh, well, I can do it my way. And it's going to be kind of astounding. It's like, oh, I can do it my way. That's rather nice. Aquarius energy. This person here is too stubborn. This person here, too wishy-washy. Doesn't know exactly what it is that they want. Is looking at this, is looking at that. Kind of has all these wishes, all these ideas, but no action. No action. They flits from one thing to another. And that is going to be something that on one hand, you find what they're looking at and how they're looking at things to be really intriguing, but you also need them to stabilize, to look at what they want to move forward with, and to embrace that truth, to like have their North Star guide them. And this is a person just again flits. And because during this time there's stressful energy around you, and Geminis were known for flitzing, it can be very enticing to sit there and say, oh well, I'll just flitz like this, or I'll just do it like this. And it's like, no, I need to go forward in my truth for me, and looking at what I deeply wish for and what I deeply desire. And the Princess of Wands, this is a person who likes to start fires. She just does. And this is a person who, yes, has more feminine energy around them, but this is a person who likes to either gossip and, say, well, did you know that this person said this about you? And they like to make people angry. They're not talking about genuinely being upset themselves. This is not the same thing as somebody who sits there. It's like, can you believe this? Like, I'm so hurt. I'm so angry. This is not what this person does. This person likes to start fires, likes to gather up gossip, gather up information so that they can use it against everybody else. And you don't have time for this, Gemini. Also, Gemini, if you want to go down that path of gossiping and gathering up information, you can be hella good at it. Like, seriously, it's like, oh, okay. So don't even do that. Don't even kind of start down that road, or kind of, try to fight on this person's wavelength, because it will just knock you down. It will. Emotionally, it'll take your energy vibration from being up here to being way down here. Way down here. It's like you don't even want to be bothered with it. So we have here the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, the Two of Swords, the Empress, I love that, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So you're definitely taking this gift, which is brilliant. The Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups, again, now in the public arena. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. And the Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah, your mind, again, I love this little triangle here. Your mind has a tendency of wanting to get in the way of things. It's either you've been burnt in the past and you're going to be nobody's fool. It's either that, you're going to have a tendency to overthink things, and you're also going to look at things and say, well, it's this way or it's that way. And that's where this bullheaded stubbornness comes in. It's like, it's either left or it's right. And you're going to find that it's not, that the paths kind of zigzag and move around, and this world of infinite opportunities starts to open to you. And we start off with the Five of Cups. It's over the Ten of Cups and of Charity. Change your mind and change your life. Now for me, the Three of Cups is always heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. The Three of Cups is, instead of the person, like, it's those people raising their glass to you and saying, I celebrate you, Gemini, I see you, I love you, I'm there for you. But they're not really. They're there for you as long as you can do something for them. They're there for you, as long as it suits them. And then they move on. And these are people who have a lot of impact in our lives. These are their parents, grandparents, teachers, siblings, lovers. You're looking at them when they betray you, and you're just gobstopped. You're looking at it, and it's like jaw on the floor moment where you're sitting there and you're like, why? Why would you hurt me like this? Why would you betray me? I thought we were friends. I thought we had something. And then it makes it very hard to trust not only others, but your own instinct, your own self. And this is where you have the Two of Cups standing, the healing, beautiful love. It's like, now it is time to trust you, to move forward in healing, to see the beauty and the power of the Minor Arcana Lovers card, of you within the Minor Arcana, within the day-to-day humdrum of life, moving forward in love, in healing and in blessings. And understanding, sometimes people stink, they just do. But I am forever blessed. And that's where the Ten of Cups comes in. And they all live happily ever after. That's where the charity to your soul and to yourself as you move forward leads you. And it brings you to the Queen of Cups. Love and blessings. Beauty and understanding over the Ten of Swords. Not the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords. Over as you gather up your knowledge, your instinct, your understanding. And as you move forward towards what you love, towards what you desire, towards where it is that you want to be. This is healing love that moves you. This is healing depths that guide you. This is a sense of, this is my soul. This is me. This is what I desire from life. This is where I stand and what I stand for. And as my heart is open to that truth, and as I start to recognize my prosperity, the paths open. It's not only left or right. It's not only this way or that way. It is roads I never knew I could walk. It is pathways forward you never thought you could see. And it moves you to the Empress over fear and over prosperity, claiming a throne you didn't think was yours, claiming a power to your voice that had been robbed away, but you didn't know was muted. It is looking at the prosperity of your heart, your soul, and yourself. It's looking at where you stand, what you stand for, and what you desire. And it's claiming it. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of the Tarot, the Empress, they're very, very, very connected. One of my teachers once told me, if you take the zodiac out of the Queen of Cups, she is second only to the Empress. During this time, Gemini, the healing power, the love, the grace that moves you forward, the sacred feminine energy that is around you, it is powerful and it will not be ignored. It is second only to the will of your spirit and the power of your heart. Claim your throne. Embrace your truth. The Ace of Swords is the gift of knowledge right over the Magician. As you take on all the gifts in your inner self, and you do take these, this is the gift of knowledge, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing where it is that you stand and what it is that you stand for. Looking at things clearly. This is at your heart, seeing the truth of the matter, seeing the heart of the matter, the heart and the mind coming together. How is it that I want to walk forward? Where is it that I want to be? You have to ask yourself that. What is it that I desire for myself, for where I stand, for what I want from my life? The Ace of Swords brings reason. The Ace of Swords brings that gift of clarity, so that it rings true, as clear as the chiming of the singing bowl, as clear as a bell. And it's a gift that not only do you take within the main part of the tarot, the main part of your reading, but you take it with the Knight of Swords as the Six of Pentacles, as you find the balancing of the scales, as you see the gifts as they come, but you don't let people take advantage of you. They also get to see you as a gift. You cut through doubts and fears. You embrace your mind. You embrace where you stand. And the Knight of Swords is very much, for me, the White Knight in Sleeping Beauty, right? Prince Charming. He comes in on his sword. He comes in on his horse, and with his sword he slays a dragon. He cuts through the bramble, and he rescues the princess in the tower. Well, what is a dragon in our subconscious mind? The part of us that hoards away our prosperity, that hoards away our wealth, our passion, our beauty, our purpose for being here. The brambles, okay? Well, too many cuts from a rose, they're poisonous. So even beauty can start to poison. So it's cutting away false beauty. It's slaying the dragon that keeps us from where it is that we want to be, and from seeing our true gifts. It's ascending the tower, okay? Ascending the hierarchy of our mind, And it's rescuing the princess from the tower, the sacred feminine, to move you forward in your truth and where you want to be within your life. And as this moves you and as this guides you, the Ace of Wands is God's source spirit. Again, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, handing you a gift of passion and fire, and it ignites within you, and it moves as a part of you. And it's over the doubts, the fears, and the anger that have changed you. And it's over the fact that a part of you has felt like you were barred from the glory that the world has to offer, that some doors were just closed. And now it's like, no. I mean, this is, of course, being within reason. It's not saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to become the best opera singer and I'm completely tone deaf. That's not how it's going to work. It's looking at your gifts. It's looking at your passion of self. And it's saying, okay, I see who I am. I see it honestly and openly. But instead of it getting to cage me, instead of it getting to take away and diminish my life, I get to move forward in the passion, in the power that opens the world to me. And as my world is opened, and as I move forward with this reason for getting out of bed in the morning, for this reason of smiling, of having laughter, be a part of my soul and myself, the horizons open up. And the 10 of Cups, the blessings come in. And they all live happily ever after. Joy and happiness, brilliance and peace. This is moving towards your fairy tale. It doesn't have to be everybody else's fairy tale. It is simply yours. This is moving towards the greatness within you, around you, that is so much a part of you. And as it moves you, you move to the next level within your heart, within your soul, within yourself, within your passion. It's kind of like your passion in life and your love of life. They start to come together. And they open up so much more for you than you realized. And it brings you to the Three of Swords. Because you're communicating with the hurt that has held you back. Because with the Eight of Wands, it's like, ready or not, here you come. This change is coming. It's not slowing down. And now it's time to look at the reasons we're afraid. We're afraid of the change. We're afraid of the power to move forward. We're afraid. This is the negative energy that will sit in our minds, that will hold us back, that will take away our blessings. This is what we wrap up in our subconscious. And we say, oh no, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really hurt me. And yet it does. And we have to see why. Is it because people aren't honoring our gifts? Is it because we work so hard and yet we still have so far to go? This is looking at the doubts, the fears, and the negativity that others spoke over us, and the way we look at it as truth, even if we're trying to fight it. And this is saying, no, I don't get to be defined by the hurt and the pain anymore. I see you. I name you. I've spoken with you. You've come and sat before my fire. You've come and basked in my knowledge. And you don't get to define me anymore. You don't get to scare me anymore or hold me back. I understand what I desire from life, and I understand my way forward. You might not understand it perfectly because we never really do, but you understand it powerfully and spiritually. All right. Let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. December 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we start here with the otter spirit, and it says, you are never alone. You never are. Your angels, your spirit guides, divinity always walks with you. And it makes up your heart, because here you have one otter, and here you have the other. It makes up your heart, your soul, and yourself. You are never alone. There's always brilliance. There's always love. And then it brings you to the lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. It's one of my favorite ones. Dream the world into being. Take your dreams, and instead of having them be a one-day maybe thing, have them be a you truth thing. My world and my dreams collide, and I get to live my grace and my beauty. The turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. We as human beings, we have this time frame that we put on ourselves. By this age, I have to have this accomplished. By this age, I have to have that accomplished. By this time, it has to be this or that. Divinity has the wheel. Let grace move you forward and see where the tide takes you. And see what knowledge you accumulate along the way. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the wombat spirit. Be at home. Be at home within your heart, within your soul, within your being. Be at home. And value your home. Value the home of your soul, your body, yourself. And value where you rest your head. Your subconscious person message is the moon. There are a lot of fears that are coming up during this time. You have it in your main reading. You have it here in your subconscious. The fears, like the Eight of Swords, can make a cage and can take away the power to move forward. Facing those fears and seeing the beauty and the grace of you is going to change the game, and it's going to move you towards so much more. Your subconscious chakra message is truth. Again, the throat chakra. Things seem to be happening in pairs, emotionally, spiritually. So here you need the balance of your truth to move you forward. And you need to communicate that truth to yourself. What is it that I innately need for my soul, for myself, for me as an individual, that I move forward in love and in beauty and in truth and in confidence. And it brings you to your subconscious tarot message. The Six of Cups. Memories. The memories are beautiful. And sometimes, especially when you lose somebody, you only have the memories. But memories are also a tricky thing. Because in our heads, we tend to play the negative memories as to why we shouldn't succeed, why we can't, our failures, our hurts, our pains, our disappointments. And this is another thing where the mind will cage you from the depth of the heart. It's like, can I do this? Can I move forward this way? These are other people's shortcomings, other people's negativity, again, that they spoke over you. And I got taken as truth because your world was small. Because your faith in them was absolute. And even if you were older, and you were head over tea kettle in love with somebody, and they made you feel, this small afterwards. There are memories of the good moments, of the moments where you had that connection. And then the memories of the hurt, the pain, the anger, the upset. It's looking at all of this. It's saying, I'm so much more than the past that forged me. But I have been forged. And I see my strength. And I understand my weakness. But I walk in my truth. And the truth is not in the past. It is not in the future. It is in the right now. And it moves you to go deeper into your subconscious. And it brings you to the Queen of Wands, the queen of your passion, you taking that gift of the Ace of Wands right here. Passion, determination, fire, intelligence and integrity and just not being afraid to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty to accomplish what you most desire from life and where it is that you need to be. There's a fire to you. There's a brilliance to you. Let it shine. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation. A clearing away the negative energy, a rising in the positive energy as we open the doors to the world, as we claim our power, our grace, and our truth. And as we are divinely blessed and stand before the altar of our existence and of creation, knowing our worth and being so much stronger than we ever realized. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini.